In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create Lottie files. So how you want to get started is completely up to you. You can use any vector-based software to create your illustration or your shapes that you're going to be animating. So I'm going to start in Adobe XD because you can actually export straight to After Effects from here. Today I'm just going to be making a simple loader. So I'm going to create a 100 by 100 circle. I'm going to remove the border and I'll start with a yellow shape. I'm going to hold Option or Alt and then put 100 points in between both of these. And we'll just give that one a red color. And then we'll create two more. Again, 100 points below those, creating 100 spacing on all of these. And we'll fill these to different colors. We'll drag them to the center of the artboard. And those are all the shapes I need for my animation. So first thing you want to do is make sure that you have nothing grouped. That way each one of these shapes becomes its own shape layer in After Effects. Once you've done that, I'm going to name this Loader Animation. Then with that artboard selected, we'll go up to File, Export, and then After Effects.
Today's video is sponsored by UXPin. UXPin is a design tool with a unique technology. Like any good design tool, you can design, wireframe, and prototype, collaborate with other designers or clients, and share UI element specs with your developers. But what makes UXPin stand out is their unique merge technology. Merge allows you to design with the same UI components that your devs use to build out the final product. Using either a Git integration or a Storybook integration, you can build out your prototypes with production-ready components, streamlining the design to development process, allowing you to have less iterations and a faster production time. Your devs can simply copy the code from UXPin Merge and build the product. So make sure you check out UXPin Merge with the link at the top of the description.
So here in After Effects, we have a composition called Loader Animation, which is why we named that artboard. And we have each one of these ellipses on its own unique shape layer, which is symbolized by that star. So what I created in Adobe XD was pretty simple. If you want to create a more detailed illustration, you might be using Adobe Illustrator. So for Adobe Illustrator to export to After Effects, it's the same thing. You want to make sure that each one of your shapes is on its own unique layer. If, for example, they're not, here I have layer 4, and on layer 4, I have a group, and it's got all my ellipses. You want to grab the parent element, which in this case is the group, go up to the menu, and release to layers sequence. That's going to put each one of these on its own layer, and then I'll just drag those out of layer 4, and then just delete layer 4. From there, you can just go up to File and Save as a Adobe Illustrator file. And then back in After Effects, we can just go up to File, and then Import File. And then we'll just select our AI file, which is this one right here, and hit Open. And of import kind, I'm going to select Composition. That's going to create a composition, so I'm just going to open that up. And here we have each one of the layers from Illustrator. The only thing we need to do here is create them into their own shape layers. So I'm going to click on the bottom one, hold Shift, and grab the top one, right-click, Create Shapes from Vector Layers. And then I'll drag those out of the way, and we'll grab the originals and just delete them. So pretty much we're in the same spot that we were from the Adobe XD export. So I'm going to close that extra composition, and we'll start from this file. My animation is going to be super simple. I'm just going to get these in the correct order, and we're ready to start. So I'm going to go up to Composition, Composition Settings. The duration for this is only going to be 2 seconds just because it's going to loop. And then we'll change the background color to black and hit OK. So now we have our 2-second composition. At 1 second, I'm going to keyframe the position for all of these. So click on the first one, holding Shift, and click on the second one. And then we can hit P on the keyboard to bring up the position. You can see here I'm at 1 second, and I'll just click the stopwatch and apply a keyframe to all of them. At the beginning, I want them all to be condensed together. So I'll go to Align and then grab Composition and center those to the composition. And then here at the end of the composition at 2 seconds, I'm going to click and drag, grab that first keyframe, Command C or Control C, and Command V or Control V to paste it at the end. And I'll do that for all of these until they're all back in the center. So our animation so far is them expanding and then collapsing back in, and that's going to loop forever. Perfect. So let's add some easy ease on these because I don't want to take too long animating this. So I'll just click drag and grab all those keyframes, right click, keyframe assistant, and easy ease for all of these. And now all we have to do is rotate these. So I'm going to create a new layer, and this is going to be a null object layer. And then I'm going to select all the ellipses, and the pinwheel here, I'm going to drag to the null object. So that makes that the parent. So I'll go to the rotation, and I'll click the stopwatch at the beginning of my composition. Then at the end, let's rotate it one time. One final thing, let's adjust the opacity. So selecting all those, T on the keyboard for opacity, and we'll set that to 85% for all of them. So we can also keyframe that. So let's grab all those again. Stopwatch on the opacity. At 1 second, I'm going to bring them back up to full 100% opacity. And then at the very end, I'm going to drop them back down to 85. And that is it for our animation. So now we need to grab the Lottie Files plugin for After Effects. So I've heard of two of these. There is the one by Lottie Files themselves. You can get it at lottiefiles.com. There's also another one called Body Movin'. Today we're going to be using Lottie Files. So just go to the Design tab and then Create with Adobe After Effects. And that'll take you to download the plugin. If you scroll down, there's two options. I'm going to download it via the Adobe Exchange. So it's basically just going to open this in the Adobe Creative Cloud app. And here you can see I have the Lottie Files for After Effects, and I can install that, which I already have. You can also find this by going to Stock and Marketplace in the Creative Cloud app and then searching it. And then you can grab the one for After Effects. There's one quick thing with the plugin that I want to mention. When you go up to Window, Extensions, and then you select the Lottie Files plugin, you might get what I had, which is this. It doesn't work because I forgot to do something. And I'll show you how to fix this right now. To fix this, all you have to do is go to After Effects, Preferences, and you can go down to Scripting and Expressions. And this is what you need to turn on to have this to work. You need to allow scripts to write files and access network. If you don't have that on, it will not allow the plugin to even function. So once you've got that, you can go back up to Window, Extension, and select Lottie Files. Now it should load. And now it's going to ask me to log in. Once you log in, it'll look something like this. It's going to list the compositions you have open in your project. Here's Loader Animation. And this is where it gets very specific to what you animated and what features you used in After Effects. And in the settings, you'll need to adjust based on what you used. So for example, if you're using expressions, you might want to convert those to keyframes because I don't believe expressions are supported on specific devices. And if you're not sure what features are supported, back on the Lottie Files website, you can go to Create with After Effects again, and then you can scroll down until you see this section. Here they have a full list, and you can check if the feature that you use in After Effects is supported on a particular device. So if I scroll all the way down to the bottom, here's expressions, which are not supported on these devices. So you'll want to convert your expressions to keyframes either in After Effects or in the Lottie Files plugin. Back in After Effects, we can move on once you've adjusted your settings, and clicking the green arrow gives you two options to upload to your profile on Lottie Files. And what I'm going to do is save as and save it as a JSON file. So I have loader animation.json and save. And that's how you can create a Lottie animation using After Effects and the Lottie Files plugin. Here's two examples. You can just drag and drop this JSON file into Adobe XD. And here it is on a Webflow site. Just go to the Assets panel and upload the JSON file, and then you can just drag and drop it wherever you want. Here I created a div as preloader and then just dragged it in there. Set up a preloader interaction, and this is what it looks like. So that's how to create some Lottie animations using Adobe After Effects and the Lottie Files plugin. Also, thanks to UXPin for sponsoring today's video. If you'd like to check out their amazing merge technology, check out the link at the top of the description. Start designing faster and streamlining the design to development process. If you're interested in more web design and Adobe XD related content, check out these videos. And as always, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.